Hi friends, this is a plant lover Neil and you are watching Plants My Love. In today's video, I'll show you how to grow purslane from cutting. This will be around 20 days worth of update video and I'll show you step by step. First we'll cover about the plant information like which is the ideal weather condition required for growing purslane, what is the nutritional benefit of eating purslane, and several other basic information about the plant. Then I'll go step by step from there where I'll show you how I propagated purslane, which is one of the easiest to grow plant from cutting and also one of the most nutritious leafy grain. So keep watching Plants My Love. Stay tuned. Purslane, the scientific name is Portulaca oleracea. It's a succulent flowering plant and which is annual in cold regions and perennial in regions with mild winter. It has got several common names like duckweed, little hogweed, purslane, and it belongs to the same family of flowering plant that is Portulaca grandiflora, which is also known as 11 o'clock. But unlike those plants, the leaves of these plants are not that pointy. They are in fact flat but thick, and every part of this plant is edible. The stems, leaves, flowers, seeds, everything is edible, and not only that, it is the richest known vegetable source of alpha lionic acid, which is an essential omega-3 fatty acid, and it is a nutrient powerhouse. In 100 grams, this plant just provides 20 calories. That is, it's extremely light on calories, but the amount of nutrient that it contains is quite high. It contains around 20% of the daily value of vitamin E, 81% of the daily value of vitamin C, and 20% of the daily requirement of the dietary fiber it contains in just 100 grams. So you can imagine how nutritious this plant is. The taste of it is not that appealing. It has got a sourish taste, which people might not like that much if eaten raw. But if you cook it, then it almost tastes like spinach. And it has got a mucilaginous texture, which also people might not prefer. But some people do like it, and that mucilaginous texture makes it good ingredient for soups and stews. The flower of this plant is very small. It's around 6 mm in diameter and it is yellow in color. The seeds are very tiny and they form small seed pods in which it contains hundreds of seeds. It is found throughout the world. It is believed that it has been propagated by humans who have been consuming this since ancient times. There have been several records in fossil that indicate that this is being consumed by humans since centuries. The ideal growing condition for this is between 21 to 40 degrees centigrade. It can tolerate cold climate, but it cannot tolerate frost. However, it does do very well in very hot climates like above 40 degree temperature here, where in Ahmedabad it reaches around 45 degrees centigrade. Still, this plant is able to survive and thrive. It is a highly drought tolerant plant, and the roots of these plants can penetrate compacted soil and is used in companion planting, where the roots of these plants penetrate and allow other plants to use its roots to penetrate deeper into the hard compacted soils. So these are the cuttings of purslane that we'll be using for propagation. So I have got several cuttings. These actually grew wild in my hanging pot, and from there I have removed them. You can see it has already started to form buds. So it's quite mature plant and there's several of them. One actually has got roots. I'll show you that one. Here, this is the mother purslane plant. You can see the huge root system it has got. So all these cuttings I've taken from that particular plant itself. This is the growing medium that we'll be using. It is basically paper pot, and I've used compacted soil, which is basically called soil blocks. If you do not know how to make these, there will be a video in my channel showing you how to make these soil blocks with paper pots. Now I'll insert this first cutting in this growing medium. So simply what you have to do is you remove the lower branches if your cutting has got some, and this is very easy plant to propagate because it belongs to succulent family and it's quite hardy. So even if you forget to water these cuttings, they easily propagate. even very dry soil also. Overwatering might cause a problem because it will cause root rot. So this is how I inserted the first cutting. Similarly, I'll do for the remaining. In this you can see there are multiple branches. So you can remove few lower branches so that it's easier to place it in the growing medium like that, and simply now make a hole while using this tool, and like that it goes in. Now I'll fast forward the video. At the bottom I have placed this polythene bag. This is the reason is I'll be using bottom watering for this propagation. So the polythene bag will store the water till it is absorbed by the soil blocks. This is the reason for the polythene bag that is placed beneath the pots. You have to place it in an area which receives indirect sunlight, and it will take around 10 to 15 days for the roots to form. You can know whether the cutting has rooted or not depending on the condition of the cutting. If the cutting is showing new growth and it looks hydrated, the leaves are upright, then it means that the roots have formed. And if you're using paper pots, then it's become much easier because in paper pot the roots will come out from below. So as soon as you see roots coming out from below the paper pot, you can be sure that it will be safe to transplant them into a bigger pot. 8 days have passed and almost all the cuttings survived except one or two. So I'll show you the root system. I've removed the paper pot and the roots are exposed at the bottom. I'll show you from close. Here you can see the small string like white roots that is coming out from the bottom. You can see the plant is upright. So it means that this is successfully rooted. Now I'm transplanting this into it's around a 15-inch wide container, 15-inch deep and 15-inch wide. So this is basically a grow bag and I'm planting this on my terrace garden. You can see this didn't survive. Also this failed. You can see it got rotted from the bottom, but the others are thriving quite well. I'll remove the paper pot and we'll see whether the roots are visible or not from the bottom. You can clearly see the white small roots clearly visible. The potting mix that I've chosen is around 50% garden soil and 50% homemade compost. If you do not know how to make compost at your home, stay tuned to our channel Plants My Love. We'll be providing a detailed video guide of how to prepare compost at your home using freely available resources. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure to click on the bell icon to get notified as soon as we upload a new video. Purslane can be propagated in almost any weather except extreme cold weathers. So if your climate is extremely arid, like where we stay in Ahmedabad, we propagated this in the summer season, in which the high temperature was above 40 degrees. Still, these plants thrived and propagated easily. This is an update after 20 days. You can see how lush this purslane plant has grown. Actually, for growing purslane, you do not require such huge pots. Even small hanging pot, 5-inch pot is good enough. But since we had these pots free, because we are growing it in the peak of summer season, and in Ahmedabad, peak summer season, almost nothing can grow in direct sunlight where these pots are placed. So this is the reason why I use these plants, which are extremely hardy plants and can tolerate extreme amounts of heat. They are growing pretty nicely. You can see I've planted them in small containers also over here. These are around 5-inch wide paper pots, and you can see all of them are flowering and thriving pretty well. You can see the small yellow flowers. These flowers then get converted into seed pods. I hope friends you like this video. If yes, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel Plants My Love and smack that like button. Stay tuned to our channel. We'll be posting several more tutorials and some helpful tips and tricks about gardening. So thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.